Hello students, welcome to BTech 360. In a continuous series of IITs and NITs and IIITs that we're covering, where we talk about the chance of you getting in, the kind of cutoff that you need, the rank cutoff that you need to get into those IITs, and the salary packages, the placements and everything. We're going to cover IIT Delhi now. If you want me to cover anything else, please write a message to me and I'll be happy to cover that. And please subscribe BTech 360 if you are very keen on getting into a great BTech college. We're going to keep you informed on everything that's happening in the BTech ecosystem, the kind of cutoffs, the ranking, the admission process, and the placements and everything, so that you can get into the best engineering college of your choice. Right now, so we're coming back to IIT Delhi at this point in time. We'll talk of the branch-wise cutoffs, the placements, the median salary, and the top recruiters. That's what we're going to cover here. Right now, in IIT Madras, IIT Delhi was established in 1961. So it's got a fantastic 65-70 years kind of a legacy. It's an institution of national importance, which means that it's got greater autonomy than anyone else and reports to Government of India only. Spread over 320 acres. The ranking, NIRF Government of India ranking, is second best engineering college in the country, which obviously you all know it performs very, very well. Of 4,337 students, of which 79% are boys, 21% are girls, and about 90% are from outside the state of Delhi. So very clearly it's a national institution, which is where it attracts the best students out there. Now, what are the kind of placement that it has? Here now what we did was we took the data that's submitted to the Government of India on an affidavit, which is the data that's submitted to NIRF, which is National Institutional Ranking Framework. Now here, all the institutions are supposed to submit data, and it's typical in an affidavit, which means that it's got a penal provision. So obviously, we do have 24 and 25 data also, but that is as claimed by IIT Delhi in their marketing brochure. But we want to stick with the affidavit that is submitted because that's much more authentic and much more responsible, signed and sealed by the Vice Chancellor of the institution. When we looked at that data, 1,071 students were admitted in 23-24, right? And graduated was 946. Placed was 711. Right, 14 students opted for higher education because some of the students they move because they want to do post graduation also. So 14 students moved. Now, based on this data, the total placement is 80%. Much more realistic because some of the branches are not getting placement, as you all know, and the median salary is 19 lakh 8,000 to be exact. In the early years, it was 86.11 and all. But if you now notice, it's moved dramatically where, quite a few students, like even the graduated has increased dramatically, but the placement has not kept pace with the kind of increase in strength or capacity that they have. Now, this is what you're dealing with. Now, when we look at the branch-wise cutoff, because now you know that 19 lakh is the median salary and 80% is the placement, what are the branch-wise cutoff that you have? Now, one of the most preferred branches, of course, is computer sciences, where category-wise, this is, by the way, it is category rank. All we're talking about here is the category rank. We're talking of general category rank, we're talking of EWS category rank, OBC NCL category rank, SC category rank, and ST category rank, right? When you look at that data, for BTech CS, 126 is the closing cutoff, the last rank at which you could get into IIT Delhi. For BTech and MTech Computer Science and Engineering, it's integrated. 186 is the closing rank. Mathematics and Computing, this is a very, very good program. Please keep a watch on that. Moving forward, I would always recommend students to take Mathematics and Computing than BTech CS because, in the age of AI, this will really, really be playing a big role as you move along. When you pass out in 2030, you should know what works for you. In my opinion, maths will play a bigger role than CS. So that is 323. BTech and MTech, Mathematics and Computing 355 and Electrical Engineering 605. At a category level for EWS, it's 34 rank for CS, OBC NCL 91, SC 45 and 26 for ST. And you can actually, take a screenshot of this, of the kind of cutoff that you need for JEE Advanced, and the kind of category rank that you need to get into any of these programs, which is what happened last year, which is 24-25. Now, moving to the other branches, BTech Power and Automation, the closing cutoff is 823. Engineering and Computational Mechanics 1103, Mechanical 1862, Chemical 2548, Engineering Physics 2565 and Energy Engineering 2668. And you also have the category rank for EWS, OBC, SC and ST. You can again, what I'm suggesting is please look at that, take a screenshot of that so that you know at a JEE Advanced category rank level, what are your chances of getting into any of these programs. The next bunch is of course Production and Industrial Engineering, 3223 is the closing cutoff. MTech Chemical Engineering, BTech and MTech Chemical, 3454, material 3736, civil 4302, biochemical 494999, and textile 5733. So again, you also have the category ranks. Please download that or take a screenshot of this. You will know exactly where you stand. What are the companies that come for recruitment? Barclays, Google, Microsoft, L&T, Biocon, Rig Nanosystems, PwC, BCG, Bain. So you actually have some of the big tech companies like Google, Microsoft and all. Then you actually have great, consulting companies like BCG, Bain and Company and so on. Wipro is tech company, of course. ONGC is a PSU that's coming in. GE Healthcare, BPCL, ExxonMobil, RFAL, HCL Infosystems. Now, all this, the kind of companies that come in for placement also depends on the kind of, courses that are offered. You actually have instrumentation or energy on those kind of things. You actually see the BPSLs, ONGCs of the world also going in for the thing, right? KPMG is a consulting company. Boeing is an aerospace company. Sunfuel, Gartner, consulting company, Motocorp. So you actually have all kinds of companies going in there for placement based on the kind of courses that are being offered at IIT Delhi, and you very clearly see a segment of that, including banks, of course, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, and those kind of things. NVIDIA is there, which is a tech company. So you actually have everything that's going there. Now, we also looked at the LinkedIn profile of the students who claim that they studied at IIT Delhi and what they're currently working, where they're working, and which part of the world they're working in. When we looked at that data, we found 87,654 students who claim that they studied at IIT Delhi, right? Now, when we looked at that data, about 486 students are currently working in Microsoft at this point in time as we speak. Deloitte, 189 students are working. EY, 160 students are working. And Bain & Company, which is consulting company, 76 students are working. So very clearly, and at some point in time, 1,818 students claim that they worked at Microsoft, of which only 486 are currently working there. And so on and so forth. You can see the data here, right? Now, when you look at the MAANG company, which are the trillion-dollar companies, and how have they recruited from IIT Delhi, and if so, how many are currently working there? When we looked at that data, in Meta, 155 students are currently working who studied at IIT Delhi. In Apple, 148 students are working who studied at IIT Delhi. Amazon was 454, Netflix is 14, and Google is 528. So very clearly, these companies seem to be going there for placement, or these companies seem to be attracting students who are coming from IIT Delhi for the kind of knowledge and skill sets that they have. And at some point in time, in Amazon, 1,692, Google, 1,528 students at some point in time worked at, studied at IIT Delhi and worked at Google in that sense. Then we further looked at how are the students mobile in terms of, because of the skill set that they acquire at IIT Delhi, how are they, where are they based, and, where are they working, and those kind of things. When we looked at that data, we realized that 80% of the students are working in India, which means 20% are working abroad. Right? 20% students are working abroad, which is a very, very good number, which means 1 in 5 students who studied at IIT Delhi is working outside of India, which means obviously career progression is so good that they moved out of India. Maybe they joined a company in India and then moved up the ladder within the company and are based outside of India, or they would have moved from a company within India to a company outside of India. But 20% are working outside of India, of which about 10% are working in USA, about 1,015 in UAE, Canada 971, Singapore 684, Australia 658, Germany 638, and this number is obviously wrong, but UK also seems to be very, very high up the order, which is what it looks like, right? So very clearly, students who have studied at IIT Delhi, almost 20% are working outside of India, of which US is 10%, and then others are 1, 2, 3, 4% kind of a thing, right? And within India, if you look at it, 38% students are working in Delhi. By the way, you must know that IIT Delhi is possibly the biggest contributor in terms of entrepreneurs in this country. So you should also know that a lot of students from IIT Delhi become entrepreneurs and move on. Bangalore, 8% students are working. Hyderabad, Telangana, 2% students. In Tamil Nadu, about another 1.5% students, right? So very clearly, the students who studied at IIT Delhi are doing very, very well in their life, moving outside the country, starting their own startups, or performing very well within the country also. So it seems to be delivering what it is claimed, it is known for, famed for, which is delivering good students who will succeed in their lives and careers, right? So this is what we're ending up with. If you want me to cover any other engineering college, please write to me. As I said earlier that, we created a comprehensive guide for you to understand all IITs, the cutoff, the placements and all. So go to the link below and click, download the ebook if you want to. And please subscribe to BTech 360 if you're a BTech aspirant, because my promise to you is that I'll keep you informed on everything to do with engineering education so that you get into the best college possible. Thank you so much. Namaste.